Alrighty. Fuck. Always late, Gravy. I'm always late.
I was right on time, bro.
Bro, I said I'm always late. We're having technical difficulties. Whew, it's been a minute. It's been how many days we did live? Well, since I did live?
Look, kid who shows up 5 minutes late.
Look who shows up.
He has his own show and has a bunch of likes, and it gets all bad and
all of a sudden.
I thought you guys had kicked me out, man. I wasn't getting the invite. I was like, damn, they forgot about me.
Well, Gabe, it sounds like we didn't know what the hell we were talking about last night.
I guess not, man.
I was listening to some. I don't want to say that to you guys, but I was listening to some of it last night, and yeah,
I don't think anybody got it right.
I kind of you know what? Look, I wasn't on last night, so I can't say that you got it. I wasn't on, so I couldn't even say it. So,
I mean, I think we said that McAllister was going to make it. We said Gaynor was going to make it. A couple of guys that were on the fence it's a surprise that they kept seven linebackers. That's for sure. You know what I mean? I think that took away from a lot of other positions. But it's not. It was just those guys that were on the fence, man. It was I'm pretty sure it was a tough decision, but they look like they went youth.
You know, like what was tripping me out was like there's not necessarily the 7 linebackers. I was actually really, really surprised that Gaynor made it. I mean, even though he did make like a lot of plays during preseason and stuff like that, I didn't realize that like how good this guy was. I was actually shout out Loom, man. He has a called The Allegiance on TikTok, man. If you guys follow Loom, man, he had a good breakdown of Gaynor, and I was like, oh shit. So I started looking into him. I had a little bit of downtime today, man. Dude, that guy's badass. Like he's for being undrafted and whatever or not. So I knew he was gonna make it. I wasn't really for sure McAllister was gonna make it as well. But then you look at the history of that kid, man. He was what, like the number one, like he was the fastest fucking punt returner or something like that in the CFL, stuff like that for like a couple years. And yeah, there's just like there's a lot of surprises, man. I know a lot of people were sitting there saying that Abdullah wasn't gonna make it. Voila, he made it. I know you guys are kind of on the fence about that one too. There was a lot.
I think we named the running backs. I think we named right. I think all of us said 4. You know what I mean? And some of us said 3. I think one of us said 3 because they thought maybe that would show more confidence in Samir. But Alabi was on the fence and he was the 4th running back. So, but I said 4. You know what I mean? And those were the 4 I named. So
yeah. So yeah, this is crazy.
Crazy that they only went with 2 quarterbacks. With the new rule, I think yesterday, I think they're gonna wait to see, and then most likely they'll probably pick up Carter Bradley to be the practice squad guy. But the surprising news is that, well, not too much surprising because he has played quarterback before, but Jacoby Myers will be the emergency quarterback.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was tripping out of that shit too. I seen that shit too. That shit's hella crazy.
He's probably better than AOC.
Gravy, stop.
Damn, that's you're gonna just you starting off hot, bro? Like, is that bad? That bad today? You're on today? First, I jump on. He has the same hat that I got on, so I had to switch my hat. Then I was over here saying, "Dang, talking shit about our number 2 quarterback."
No, I had my hat first, so I just never wear my hat.
The number 1 AOC that should be actually starting. You're always gonna give him shit already.
I'm surprised Luby. I was surprised Luby made it.
I mean, I think they're going to go with the lot. I mean, the one that was very surprised is Devonshire still made it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Faison's still on the team. I mean, I think one of those guys can be a candidate because, AP did say that they might look at the waiver wire and stuff like that. So that could be that one of those 2 guys could still be on their way out. I mean, I don't think they should get comfortable anytime soon. So but it's. I mean, Faison was a surprise to be kept over Sam Webb, that's for sure. But I guess they like Faison's. I think they like Faison's just how he's a bigger corner. You know what I mean? He's a bigger corner that's you know what I mean, has more size, you know what I mean, and it's just, I think they went with that veteran. He's more of a veteran. They don't have that much of a veteran presence there anyway. So I think
They say he's not even gonna go. Gabe, he's gonna miss 4 games. He's gonna be on IR, bro.
I don't think so. I don't think because that's what I thought too, but they don't have him listed as on IR.
Oh, they have to already, huh?
Yeah, so they don't have him listed on IR. So I think I even heard a report that he was going to be at practice today.
He can be at practice all he wants.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that he's not starting the year off on the pup list because the reports were that he was going to practice today. But I still do think that he could be a candidate. Him or Devonshire, one of those two guys could be a candidate to still not make the actual 53 when day one starts because they might look into, maybe getting on a Dory Jackson, maybe getting, some of the guys that were let go today. So I think because AP did kind of make that clear a little bit.
Dory Jackson got waived today.
He's still not been picked up.
Oh, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Well, shit, we're going to get into it, man. Welcome to everybody to RaiderNationLive, man. I'm your host, Lo. We got Coach Gravy. We got Ready Game 420. If you guys didn't know, last week, Gravy had a play-by-play, had a couple guests on, with that. Gabe had a predicted 53-man roster. We're going to go over that today. There's a lot of different things that could possibly happen. Shout out Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson sent me a bunch of different free agents that we could possibly pick up. Now we're talking about, face on all these different things that could possibly happen. We still got a bunch of money to actually, maybe pick up some players, make some moves. I think it's a little bit crazy, but we'll talk a little bit more about that, man. Thank you guys, man, appreciate for coming around. Remember, if you don't, be thankful for what you do, got what you don't, and don't drink and drive when we get to the chat, man, and we're going to get into it. Shout out Auntie, man. So Auntie 6, what up? Who's breathing on hard on the mic? Probably Gravy. Shout out Free Thinker. What up? Dark Side. What's going on, man? Myra. Shout out Toxica Tuesday. What up? Bushido Brown, man. What up? Hope everyone's having a good night. Yes, sir. Always. All eyes on G, man. Yo, that picture that Gravy showed me, that shit was dope. That shit was hella dope, man. Shout out All Eyes, man. He made a
All Eyes for sure.
Yeah. He made a new shirt that might be coming part of the whole Raider Nation Live, shirts and stuff like that.
New swag, bro.
Yeah, new swag. New swaggy. But Arkham, what up, little cuzzo right there said we're gonna be at the game on. Hey, are you actually going to the game, Gravy? Are you actually going to the game, or you don't? It's iffy right now.
Iffy.
Right.
Iffy. You see what happened,
Yeah.
Did
you guys talk about it? I didn't know if you guys talked about it.
No, we haven't. We see what could happen. So it's that way we can just keep it open. We'll just keep it open.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll have somebody available to grab it if need to be. So, but it's Gravy's. It's Gravy's until further.
Gabe could get that ticket gone 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. We'll get that taken care of.
It's me booking the room and all that other shit. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out Cool Kev in the building, SoCal Sal in the building. But we will be going to the game. It's really, really close. Only a couple weeks. I can't fucking wait. What, another 2 weeks? Let's go. Arkham, what up? Unfazed in the building. Ryan Lynn in the building. Who else is in here? Dark Side right here. The NFL just needs to partner up with the UFL and Developmental League, and each NFL team has their own D-League team. House players need extra coaching like AOC, young quarterbacks who need more snaps. That's not actually a bad idea, bro. That's not even bad, but that's probably going to be a big old thing to get into and stuff like that. Unfazed quarterback Rocky Sin, Caleb Farley got cut. Might develop with some help from our DB room. Maybe. I don't know about Rocky Sin though. Like, I don't know. He didn't really do too much. You know what I mean? Roach Clip in the building. What up? Raider Dad, what up? Hopefully you're having a good one. Terrence, what's up, man? We're all caught up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I seen you guys were rocking strong with my boys yesterday. I wasn't here, just busy and stuff like that. And I only get a couple days to do certain things, so I was like, you know what I mean? So we're back in it. But anyways, nobody could have predicted 7 linebackers. So man, that's crazy. So and the whole thing is like I'm surprised that we kept fucking Peterman. That's the thing that tripped me out. over.
Yeah.
over
No, he's done.
Peterman got cut.
Peterman got cut, or then both of them got cut. I thought
Peterman
who's on the practice squad? Who's on the practice squad?
Nobody yet. The practice squad hasn't been named yet. Those will be picked up
shit.
tomorrow when guys clear waivers and all of that shit. Then they can start, assembling their practice squad. But right now, we only got 2 quarterbacks.
My bad. That was the wrong thing that I read. My bad. You're right. So no, I thought he had got put on the practice squad. But yeah, so yeah, and then also McCall, what's the name got fucking cut too? McCall?
Carter Bradley and McCall got cut.
There's a lot of cuts,
Matthew Butler got cut, but the surprise too was they held on to Byron Young and Nesta J.
First man, what up?
They went 5 defensive tackles instead of 5 defensive ends, which I thought they were gonna go possibly 5 defensive ends, or you know what I mean. But they flip flopped because I thought it might have been Charles Snowden over Byron Young, just because, you know what I mean, what we've seen out of Tyree. So you wanted a little bit more depth at the D end more than the other position, but they chose to go with more depth at D tackle instead. They went with Nesta Jade and Byron Young, and also with Adam Butler, John Jenkins and Christian Wilkins.
Guerrero. Yeah. One of the biggest ones that's tripping me out is Keaton made Keaton.
Ramel Keaton from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's good. Yes.
You made some good catches in that last game.
He did, but I mean, did he make enough? Did he make more plays than Wilkerson? I don't know, man. But I mean, I guess the age type thing. I guess they weren't, like I said, they probably went with the youth, where he has 4 years on both of those guys. Because Guyton was a guy too that was kind of like on that edge. But they went with, I think, less receivers than I think people thought. I think, did they go with 6 or 5?
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's probably going to be a couple of them on a practice squad coming up. So
I mean, they went with McAllister and Keaton over Guyton and
Wilkerson, and then also what's the name came in and left really quick. What's the name from last year?
That one-handed catch was nice, man. I mean, both of those rookies. You know what I mean? I know that AP likes those undrafted free guys who like to make a name for themselves, bro. You know what I mean? And are out here, grinding and making, just making it hard for these veterans, because they're already like kind of catching up to, like, not catching up to these, but they're playing at the same level. They're playing almost at the same type of level at these guys. So it's like, and I think they're going with that youth movement, bro. And that's cool for me. That's cool with me.
Yeah, there's the offensive linemen look good too. I mean, yeah, we're pretty spot on with that one too. I think we were kind of spot on with that. I think we were. Gravy wanted that 10th guy to be Dalton Wagner, but they ended up. But most of the other guys we got pretty much spot on. Everybody, the guy was spot on. Meredith was that guy. Everybody, like, they kept Pete. They kept all those guys. So I mean, it was pretty spot on with all the offensive linemen. The one that was very surprising is 7 linebackers, bro, because I didn't think that they were gonna hold on to Bernie or Mauga. You know what I mean? And they did, bro. I mean, and it's just, I even thought that they might have went with just 4. You know what I mean? But 7 linebackers was a surprise for sure.
We didn't even mention Mauga's name yesterday, did we?
For real? No,
I didn't hear
it. He was gone. But he always makes a squad, bro. He's been a
special team. He's good on special teams.
Yeah, so Bernie, Eckenberg, Mauga, those guys they're gonna have a little bit of rotational. You know what I mean? I see Eckenberg getting more rotation than any one of these guys.
Yeah. I see Bernie and Mauga playing heavily on those kickoff teams, those punt coverage teams. Like, I see them playing heavy on those type of teams, because it's gonna be needed on that like the way that new kickoff return shit is. You know what I mean? You're gonna need a lot of good guys that can tackle. You know what I mean? And linebackers are usually those guys, that type of guys. You know what I mean? So I think that's why you keep those guys around, maybe. But as far as because a lot of the defense, that was played last year too, you only had 2 linebackers on the field at a time anyway. So, I mean, that's the only reason it was surprising to me.
You kept Masterson too. You kept Masterson too, bro. Remember?
Yeah.
For me, it's a trip. If you look at Spillane and Eckenberg, they're very like similar.
Surprising, but not mad at it because I'm a linebacker at heart. So you know what I mean?
So yeah, all you linebackers out there. But then look at Spillane and Eckenberg are very, very similar. Divine Diablo and Gaynor are pretty similar kind of style play. You know what I mean? I think Gaynor has a little bit better of fucking knowing how to cover the holes and whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? How to break tackles and stuff like that. But they're very, very similar. Then the rest of them are kind of just like oddball. Not saying oddball, but they're like different. Myalga is kind of like, kind of a stockier kind of guy. Same thing like Bernie and stuff like that. And Masterson, you already know what Masterson could do. So it's like you have 3 like Spillane, like type. Yeah, Masterson.
Do a lot of nothing. Masterson.
How's Juggies? What up? Fear Raider, what's up, bro? Hopefully you're having a good one. But yeah, man,
I was surprised with the 7 linebackers. We didn't even say that. We said 4 game, 4 maybe 5.
4
and
4 maybe 5.
We didn't have Bernie in there. I wanted to get rid of Masterson, but we said 10 offensive linemen.
Bernie was
maybe 9.
Good.
I said 9 and 9. I went 9 and 9, but I got the 9 wrong in the defensive end and defensive tackle. I thought they were going to keep total of 9, but the other way around, where 5 defensive ends and 4 defensive tackles, but they went 5 defensive tackles and 4 defensive ends, but they went 9 and 9.
Trey Taylor went on IR. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I knew he was going to go on IR. That's one thing I said yesterday too. I think that's one of the guys that's going to go on IR, and they're going to probably stash away for that first year. You know what I mean? Give him he was a candidate for like the Sincere McCormick type thing, the shit that they did with him and the shit that they did with Dalton Wagner in his first year. So I think he's going to be one of those type of candidates where they stash him away, put him on IR, and kind of like, let him redshirt type of year.
Okay.
Finally, the Bo Jackson 2.0 is fucking gone from the Raiders, bro. Finally. But if they bring his ass back, I'm going to get pissed off.
What are you talking about, Sincere?
Yeah.
McCormick. Okay, look. So I know that I know this is like their 3rd year. I know it's like our 3rd year doing this, but like, okay, so but some people might not know, and I still get a little shady about the whole practice squad. How exactly does that work, and how do certain players get to where people can't pick them up? How exactly does that work?
Well, guys that were waived today, I think, I'm pretty sure those guys are going to hit the waiver, right? The guys that were released are going to become free agents and shit like that, so they could get signed by any other team. The guys that were waived today need to clear waivers, so that way you can still be able to claim them on your practice squad, right? So those guys are going to take a couple, like I don't know when that day is, but they have to clear waivers for you to be able to claim one of those guys. The free agents that are out there, you can pick up right now, you know what I mean, and then just drop a guy if you have to. I mean, waive another guy. But that's the way it is. But the practice squads will probably be assembled as soon as waivers are kind of like, once waivers are all that shit's kind of coming past, that's when they can pretty much go with most likely guys that were kind of released, and that were already on the fence that didn't get picked up. And then you look around and see who can probably help you out that maybe you can move up later on. But I think it's going to be, for sure it's going to have to, I think it's for the waivers, it takes 24 hours. I think it's for sure so tomorrow.
Well, it goes by the draft order. So the Bears pick first.
We're 13th in the waiver
wire. And we're 13th. So if
we're
guy
13th
we
in the waiver wire
on waivers in the whole NFL is there that we like, we can pick them up.
But that's only for guys that were waived. If they were released, it's different.
They were released, they're just free agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you got to get waived. And practice Practice squad is exactly what they say it is, Lo. You practice, like they got to get a quarterback in there because who's going to play Lamar in practice? They're not going to hurt their defense. They're not going to hurt their offensive players. But so those guys are Baltimore. They do Baltimore shit. They do, Chargers shit, and then Cleveland shit. That's exactly what they're there for.
So, okay, hold on real quick. Shout out Raider Deb. She's
Raider
with a super chat. $10, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Always appreciate y'all's content, man.
I want my 333.
You want the 333? You want 333.33? And then I'll take the penny, bro. I'll take the penny.
Way to go, Raider Deb. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Raider Deb. So pretty much, like the way I'm looking at it too, and I got an idea of what it is. So it's pretty much like once they hit the waiver wire, then they got to get cleared by us, and then whoever we decide to keep, like say Dalton Wagner last year. Actually, like it's crazy that Gravy said that. I seen him playing in the last game. He was actually playing, but I think he was a little slow. I think he's just a fucking massive human being, you know what I mean? But he was actually playing pretty well from what I seen.
I was getting shit for that, but I go, you can't deny that size, bro. You can't.
Nah.
You can't leave that size alone. You need that.
Yeah, you can't coach size and speed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But
he still needs work.
Yeah. But the way I see it is like basically a pool, because if say like even though we have on the roster 7 linebackers, you know what I mean? We only have how many fucking DBs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's crazy. So they're gonna have some of the guys like Sam Webb that's always been kind of hanging around, stuff like that. So and then they might even bring somebody else in, you know what I mean, and to move somebody down the line, because there are some free agents out there as well that can kind of come in, might be able to fill in the spot. I'm a little shaky about that. I wish they were already done it already, brought these guys in and did what they had to do. But I think what they're going to probably do is probably pay a couple of these guys to keep them solidified. You know what I mean? As far as like a Spillane and stuff like that. I mean, Spillane, who else will be there? Trayvon, Hobbs. Well, I don't know about Hobbs, but I know that he'll need to get a contract. Kuntz will need a contract. So we're out with that. That's what I'm kind of looking at. But overall, man, I mean, I'm kind of excited because we know a lot of these names. I mean, just the Moauga is just one that's I'm kind of like scratching my head about. But
he balls out, bro. But he's late. He's in late at games. When we're with, but he's a damn good linebacker. You know what I mean? He's your old school kind of transitional like linebacker. He's real rowdy, he has a lot of heart. He's your linebacker. He's a typical linebacker. So I didn't mention his name because I kind of forgot about him, because he's always on the Raiders and he's always like in the depth chart.
Good stuff. What up?
But he's better than Bernie.
Wally.
And then you might see him. He's a special teams guy. And you're trying to tell me, going back to another position, you're telling me that Snowden didn't play better than Tyree did?
Yeah, I'd say. Who's it? Shout out Sportsman. He said a little short about that. Well, not short, but he does his thing and stuff like that. He was talking about that, and I kind of looked at it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's gonna probably be one of those squad, practice squad guys, and maybe if Tyree doesn't fucking do anything, they'll just pull his ass out. I'm really surprised that Tyree's still on the team, bro. Like, even though we got that little ongoing joke and stuff like that, it just seems like it's just a waste of time.
It was like they did him a favor not to play. And it was either, hey, we're gonna do something to trade the dude, or we're gonna keep him.
No, I think it's gonna go. It's either gonna be build enough, give him enough reps to either show some other team something to maybe get something for him, or if he balls out, you eventually keep him or whatever. That's far from reality or whatever. But the only thing is that I just think they're gonna go with this year, and if he don't do anything. If he don't even show any of those two, they're just gonna release him at the end of next year. He's not gonna make the team that past next year. But I kind of knew that they were not going to. He was not going to be a movable person in this year, and we're not going to cut him. That's the reason why I had him part of the 53 regardless.
Yeah, because you're going to lose all that money too. So it's kind of like that contract that you kind of like have to just stick with it. So you just got to write it out until see if we can get something else. Because next year it'll be a little bit easier to get rid of him, right?
No, he's on his rookie contract.
He's on his
rookie contract.
Third year. I'm pretty sure it's 4 years guaranteed, I think. But it's just, I think though at that point there'll be like if he don't show anything, like for sure, like at that point I think they're willing to eat the money at that point. You know what I mean?
He doesn't put a lot on the Bucks, you know, a lot on the.
Yeah, shout out
at that point, I think they're willing to eat that money and for a roster spot. And like, you know what I mean? Eventually they'll get out from under it anyway. You know what I mean? But if you don't show anything, this is for sure his last year, dog. Here, if you don't just do anything, he needs to improve, and a lot.
Yeah,
I think it's just gonna make Ziegler and McDaniels look even more like jackasses than these guys, this regime, because they didn't pick them.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's not that much pressure on this coaching staff for him to. But if they can for somehow get something out of him, dog, they look like geniuses too. Because we for sure thought that that was a bad pick. You know what I mean? When it first happened, I thought it was a bad pick too. Obviously, I've been arguing for the guy lately because I kind of did see a little bit of improvement towards the end of last year, which I thought would continue, but there was no continuation, from the end of last year to, to this training camp. It was just the same, and that definitely is not good, dog. When you were supposed to be learning, you were at the, at the SAC summit shit, dog. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way that you should be looking like that. And it just fucking made me look dumb like a motherfucker for sure. But
I mean, there should be no reason. There should be nobody holding this guy's hand, making him a good football player. He was a number 7 pick overall, bro, in the draft.
Yeah.
If he needs help, it's a bad pick. Would be advice for him to improve.
Yeah, shout out Jolly. Said, did y'all see AFP yell at Wilson at practice today from Vegas? Report doing offensive line and D-line. He couldn't show out at practice. We're talking about practice. But yeah, I mean, he hasn't been showing out at all, Josh. Shout out, Josh, bro. Salute to you, man.
That's the reason why he sucks, because he's not he don't got no motor. He's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah, but like even Arkham was saying right here that the contract's untradeable. Somebody else was saying right here is that says you can keep it 4 years for cheap, and if he doesn't show anything, release him. Yeah, but you're still got that money that's gonna. So regardless of whatever, you can see that he's gonna just try to drag it out and stuff like that. Buchanan, another tall D lineman. Tape might help Tyree. Help Tyree improve. I don't see that him improving. It's going to be more of a want. You know what I'm saying?
Does he want to improve?
Exactly.
Does he want to improve, or is he dependent on somebody to teach him? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Lance saying he wish we kept Snowden too as well. Yeah.
Bring this guy in to hold Tyree's hand and make him better. Fuck that.
Black Gray, what up? What up?
So I got coaching.
Leatherwood and Tyree with 7 years looks bad for the whole organization. So this is the thing. Yeah, that's a good point right there, bro. But the thing is, though, for me, Leatherwood and Tyree was 2 different organizations, and they were kind of like just stuck with it. You know what I mean? To where like Gruden was stuck with the what's that one linebacker that we picked up from the Rams that was supposed to be badass, and got stuck with his contract.
Corey Littleton.
There you go, the Littleton contract. So it's not necessarily, it's bad for the organization if you leave it all on Mark's hands. Yeah, but I mean overall, nah. It's just because the I guess you would call like the leftovers, I guess you would say. Shout out Twan, bro. Salute to Twan, man. Hopefully you're having a good one, brother. Salute to all you guys, man. There's a lot of people in the building, man. I appreciate you guys.
Shout out to the 70.
Yes,
Well, he's
sir.
on the
Yes, sir.
53. So
Hit the like
regardless
button.
of what, he's on the 53. So when he's in there, I hope he does good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, he should be able, even with his slow ass, he should be able to fucking make some moves. If Wilkins is doing this thing and then Kuntz is doing this thing, or depending on where they have him at, it just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, you know what? I really don't even want to waste my time on him. I just want to see who's going to win the bet between you two guys. So it's 6.5. So you guys get 6.5 sacks.
I'm just more like, all right. I mean, they must see something in him that we don't, because it's I don't know what it is. Why is he still out there? Why didn't they play him in the last game? It has to be something. They must see something in him that we don't.
And you get rid of a guy that was productive all 3 preseason games, right? And you waive him, and to keep this dude. What production did he have? Nothing. Not a one. Maybe a tackle or 2, a half a sack, or you know.
That's on the coaching staff. They will have to answer it. They're going to be the ones that have to answer it for it too. And there's pressure on releasing somebody like that too, and then him going to go find his actual legs with another team. There's also pressure in that too, because it's his second year, and you know what I mean. And there is a lot of things around the league too that they're saying, you know, like you can't give up on a player after 1 year. That's just everywhere. That's just everywhere. You know what I mean? But he's looked bad for sure. But the flip side of that coin is that if he leaves this team and he looks good, like players have done before, if he leaves this team, you look more like, and that's also on you. So it's just I think they went with the latter of the two, where
Alex, what up?
You don't get as much criticism because he wasn't your draft pick. You know what I mean? He was a 7th round. He was a 7th overall pick, and you know he's basically untradeable. So keeping around the team, it doesn't look that bad on the coaching staff, and I think they're still holding out hope on him. I still do think that shit, like, because I still do believe that there's not any player deserves, regardless of how they look like. And I know he's looked bad. No player deserves to be like quitted on after 1 year.
Nah. Josh saying the only thing we can do with Tyree Wilson is start him 1 game over Kuntz against the Chargers, see if he shows any signs of being a top pick, get him out within week 4. Trey Taylor comes back, cut Tyree Wilson. So, and also the Raider Dev says right here too, I highlighted, it says, also it'll look bad if we just get rid of his ass because we got him to mold him, but he doesn't fit. Just let him go like bad on it. Well, I mean, it does look bad, but it's
easy for us to say, you know what I mean? But these coaches face a lot more pressure than we do. You know what I mean? Like they have the pressure of like, damn, if I let him go and he shines in another team, or you know what I mean, or if they have seen something in practice that we haven't.
It's just
a lot of things. There's a lot of factors, and that's why until game 1, until game 4, there's really no actual like evaluation. Yeah, the preseason, but there's also that saying too, like the preseason is just preseason. If he shows out in these 4 games, the first 4 games after the evaluation, and in those first 4 games he actually did stuff, then the preseason will be like, okay, it will be forgot about. And that's what I'm saying. Like until that happens, I'm not gonna give up on him fully, but for sure he's not looking good.
Yeah, Jonathan is saying right here, says, what do you guys think it is? Honestly, it just looks like he doesn't want to be out there at all. That's what it is. And regardless, see, this is the thing. One of the biggest things that coach said is like, hey man, if you don't want to be a Raider, then bye. You know what I mean? And even though it might look bad that we cut a number 1 draft pick and it happens, there's tons. I think the percentage is like, what is it, like 20% of all number 1 draft picks actually fucking pan out. They usually fizzle out by year 2 or 3 and they're gone. You never hear from them again. So, I mean, regardless of whatever, everybody makes mistakes, bro. But if you're not going to come and be a Raider, man, and don't want to get the fucking job done, let somebody else come in that wants to fucking get the job done, that will help us fucking win and not sit back and just bullshit. You know what I mean? And just fucking play with the whole fucking thing, because we all want to fucking win no matter what. You know what I mean? And if this guy doesn't want to fucking win or doesn't want to do anything, is not going to contribute, what's the fucking point? Kuntz is actually supposed to be. He wasn't even supposed to start, but Tyree was so bad, and I didn't really want to say this because I want to see him fucking succeed, but he was so bad that they put Kuntz in, and Kuntz actually got a chance to shine. Now we're talking about extending him. You see what I mean? So, I mean that just goes to tell you. Look at Max Crosby, was a fucking nobody. Fucking what's the name was about to cut his ass too. He said, "Fuck this," turned it around and got into it. So, I mean, if you really want it, you're gonna go get it. If you're not gonna go get it, man, then just sit down and let somebody else go get it. You feel me? Like, I mean, that's kind of like
tell him that, bro. They had to tell him that. He got fucking checked probably many times. What the fuck you doing out there, dude?
Yeah, Angela, what up?
What are you doing out there? Nothing. You're not doing nothing. You're not stopping the run. You're not. You know, we're being nice to you, saying you're a decent run guy. You hold the edge all right. You know, we're doing him a favor like that. I'm doing him a favor, but my hope for him, I just look at his mannerisms when he's on the field, and it ain't football player shit. It's not what I want.
Nah. All right, so, Kenny, have a good one, bro.
You know, we got rid of Leatherwood in 1 year. So, what's the difference?
Yeah, who put that right now?
This ain't a popularity contest to see who's better and who's nice to me and who's not. You know, oh, you're a 7. It's not that, bro. I'm gonna do you a favor and give you extra work. You've been helped by so many people already, and nothing has happened. So either you're not getting it or you don't want to. One or the other. Yep. And I said yesterday on Game Show, I said, if we keep 10 defensive linemen, that's DNs and tackles, Tyree Wilson is the 10th one. He's the 10th on the poll. So he's the last one to bring in.
On the depth chart, he's number 2
behind and I thought Snowden would be on the roster. Snowden outplayed him in preseason, all 3 games. Tyree played 1 game and didn't do
Tyree shit. Is listed as the second stringer on the depth chart.
Behind a dude that never comes out of the game.
No, behind Kuntz.
Yeah, Kuntz. Yeah.
Because Janorius Robinson is behind Max.
I think I'm gonna move Robinson to that other side, man. That could go either way.
I mean, they just made that depth chart today. So I mean, that's why I'm saying it's weird to me. They have him as basically the number 3 type defensive end because they know nobody's. You know that Max is not coming out the game.
No,
so whoever you put behind Max, whoever you put behind Max is most likely the guy that is going to get the least amount of reps because just because Max never comes off the field. So it's just weird to me, but that's why I'm saying they must see something that we don't.
Yeah. Well, check this out, Gabe. There's a question for both of you. Who's worse that we kept than Tyree Wilson right now?
Who's worse?
Who's worse than him?
That was a good question.
So he's the last one. How many did we keep? 7?
What? Defensive linemen? Total? 9.
Total. 9? He's the 9th one.
Yeah.
Because there ain't nobody worse. There ain't nobody that sucks more than he does on that whole damn team. Nestor Silvera's playing better than him.
Oh, that's what we're going to find out soon, though. That's what we're going to find out soon with the rotation. We're going to find that out real soon because he obviously did not play. He obviously, Nesta Jade and Byron Young were fighting for a spot in the last game, and he wasn't. So that's why I'm saying there must be something they see that we don't because we're sitting here talking about, this guy played better, but he wasn't even out there for the last game so he could show because to me, that feels like I don't know if it's they don't want to get him hurt because they possibly have him trade, for a trade or something. But to me, that's nearly impossible because he has no trade value. So the only thing that says to me is that you don't play him because you feel like he's already on the roster. Mm-hmm. And the other guys were fighting for spots that day.
That's unfair, bro.
Yeah, shout out Sean Johnson. The last regime didn't play Malcolm Kuntz, signs Chandler Jones. Didn't draft DT tackle Jalen Carter. Move up for CJ Stroud McDummy. Fuck Dave Ziegler over. He wanted to move up for CJ Stroud. So you got, you know what I mean? These are picks from a team that's not a coaching staff that's no longer there. You know what I mean? Shout out. You know, the one thing that fucking McDaniels did good is fucking hire AP as a fucking coach. And I don't even think that was him that fucking hired him and shit. I think it was. But that's probably the only thing that fucking did good.
Patrick Graham hired him.
Yeah, but I believe it was I think Coach had said that he did say that, like, it was, you know, they had asked him because of connections that he had with somebody, and they had asked him to come and be a linebacker coach. That's the only thing McDaniels did fucking good was hire AP, bro. Like, you know, cool. Fuck this number 1 draft pick, bro. Like, I'm over it at this point. You know what I mean? So shout out Soto. What up? He says confidence is real low for Tyree, but I'm ready to pull the plug. I'm not ready to pull the plug. Interesting.
I mean, they signed Spillane. They're the ones that signed. Basically, they signed a couple of players. They drafted a couple of good players that we still have on this team too. So I wouldn't say that they're too bad. You know what I mean? It's just that first round pick kind of looms over them. You know what I mean? A couple first round picks looms over them. But I mean, we have Mumford because of them. We have a couple of players that are still on this team. You know what I mean? Because of them. You know, that we have Parham. You know, like so I wouldn't say that they were totally trash with their draft picks, but for sure, I mean, they got DA here. They were the regime that got DA here.
Tell me who they did get, bro.
What do you mean?
Who they picked that's not there no more?
Not really, nobody.
Lynn Bowden Jr., right?
Raider Pete, what up?
No,
everybody else is basically still there that they've been a part of it, that they were drafting. They were drafting.
Yeah.
I think
so Jonathan, Colorado's. Well, I'm sorry if I'm Jonathan. What up? He said, would you guys trade a 7th for Tyler Huntley from the Browns for as a third quarterback?
Hell no.
They also picked Trey Tucker. They also picked Ja'Cory Bennett. They also picked, you know what I mean? Like, so
they made good picks, but the one that counts the most, Gabe, they fucked up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Michael Mayer. You know, so that's. I mean, they got some good picks, but that one, that's why I'm saying that one looms over them. So that one, but put it this way: if Tyree does some miracle and balls out, that's other than McDaniels being a jackass. Like, that's why last year when McDaniels did get canned, I was like, damn, it's fucked up for Ziegler, but they did come as a pair, so they left as a pair. You know what I mean? And fuck them both. But like at the end of the day, Ziegler, if some miracle he balls out there, still that's a very productive, you know, draft class that pretty much a lot of draft guys that they actually, you know, attributed to bringing to this team.
I don't know, man. I mean, deserve playing time, you get it. And then, I'm hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just practice and shit." All right, then that's why he sucks. He's not a good practice player. That's how you develop.
No, well, we're gonna see him in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
You don't show up on game time
against the Slater and fucking Joe Alt. Let's see how he looks against the rookie Joe Alt when they go up against each other or something like that. When he is in there, you know what I mean? If he does get any play time, I want to see what he does out there in the first week. Is he gonna play out with any fucking intensity, anything better? Because I know that the guys next to him are going to be demanding it, bro. Like, he ain't gonna be playing with no second and third string guys right next to him. So if he looks bad, he's gonna look real bad. You know, next to Wilkins, Kuntz, and Max. You know what I mean? So he's gonna stand out, looking bad. So we're gonna see in 2 weeks. We're gonna see in 2 weeks for sure, because that's when it counts. That's when it counts.
So the thing is, like,
he's
look,
on the
man,
team. We can't do nothing about it. He's on the team.
So
he's in the 53.
Would you guys look? I mean, we're talking about money, and then we turn around and say, like, "Hey, man, fuck the cap and this, that, and the third, and all that shit." So, I mean, I'd get rid of him, bro. Like I just let him. I'll just let him feather off into the thing. Not even fucking worry about him. Put him at whatever. Just let him sit there, bro. Like I mean, we need a fucking wins, bro. And the only way that we're gonna get it, because a lot of people are saying that, you know what I mean. Gardner's not going to be able to really pull it off. So we're going to need every single person fucking available on that defensive side of the ball, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That defense is supposed to be fucking good. You know what I mean? And if this is going to be a weakest link, bro, like, fuck it. Would you rather? I would take the loss, bro. I'd rather take the fucking loss, say, fuck it, wipe my hands from it, and I'm out. You know what I mean? And then just go get somebody that wants to play, like a Snowden or type shit like that. That's kind of like the way I'm looking at it.
Though, like, if they really thought like that, if they really thought like we think, then maybe he wouldn't be on this team right now. But there's a reason why he's still on this team, bro. Like that, I believe in more in this coaching staff and their word for it than my word for it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't think he should be here. I thought he should have probably been cut after this preseason and that shit. But it's just they have to have seen something or something like that, because I do not think with this coaching staff, with what they've trying to prove and all of that shit, like, you know, getting guys and cutting, you know, going the youth way, you know, keeping 7 linebackers. I don't think AP is worried about that. You know what I mean? Like, worried about what the outside looking in people are saying. Like, if he didn't want Tyree on this team and it didn't feel like Tyree was going to do anything, I think he would have got cut today.
Yeah.
No, but the AP is a lover of players, and we know that already.
And that's not a bad thing, though. That's the reason why his
but
team
you can't do that when
the way it did.
You can't be that way and keep getting dudes.
But you also can't be
when
picking
there's
and
guys
choosing.
better than
You
him.
also can't be picking and choosing, though, when you want him to be like that, though. Because if that's the reason why your team excelled last year, because he's that guy, and that's what the all the players have been saying publicly why they like him so much. You can't change now. For what? So then your players can call you a liar?
He already did that with AOC.
How? He said the best guy was going to win the job.
No, but in the beginning, he said that AOC is their starter. He deserves.
He said AOC had. He never said AOC was a starter. He said AOC is going to be the guy number 1 at the beginning, because he's part of it. He was already part of this franchise. He was already part of this franchise. You can't just come in and be the quarterback day one, especially if you've been a perennial backup everywhere else. You can't just come in day one and say, "Oh, the coach." That would have been more dumb, I think, of AP to just be like, "All right, hey, Minshew, you're the quarterback now because we don't believe in AOC on day one." That would have been bad. That would have been worse.
So
way worse than 100 times worse.
It's worse than picking a player. It's worse than keeping a player around that ain't.
No, that's the reason why you build competition. If you give it to him the first day, you're gonna be like, how am I gonna lose this job? He already gave me the job.
He had competition, Gabe, and they waived the guy that beat him out.
Who?
Snowden was better than him, dude. Snowden was the production was better than him.
But that's what we think. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're thinking. But I trust the coaching staff more than what we think.
I think he has a soft
No, I just think that it's not just AP. I'm pretty sure Patrick Graham had a lot to do with it too. Yeah. This is his defense.
I agree with Pyro, bro. NASA play harder.
This is his defense. So it's just, I don't think that they were going to keep around no favorite in Tyree just for the fact, like we said a couple years ago, they've already made an example of Leatherwood like that. There was no reason for them not to be able to cut him. If they wanted to cut him, they would have cut him. And that's the reason why I say I trust them more than I do. I trust them, their word more than I do. I don't see it. I didn't see it in this preseason, but I trust them because he's on this 53 now. And I can't do nothing about it. I can't make them go over there and cut him.
We'll see him in the long run, I guess.
Well, this is what it boils down to.
Not even that, because I don't think there's that much patience left.
But for me, like, this is what it boils down to. We're talking about Tyree, and Tyree is not going to be the focal point of this defense and stuff like that. We want him to be successful and shit like that. Sooner or later, the cream rise to the top, bro. Like, so I'm not really tripping on it. It just fucking sucks that we can't get rid of this guy, put another fucking person in there. That's the biggest thing about everything. We can't replace him because of the contract that was left on. You know what I mean? That's like that Littleton shit. We had to keep him on and whatever, whatnot. So we're kind of just stuck with him. At this point, hopefully fucking, you know what I mean? Somebody else actually does something. We hope fucking, Janarius Robinson takes his fucking position, because Janarius was all over the fucking place. And when they picked him up last fucking
just like him. He's just like him. He's just like
I don't know. I think he's better. I think he's better, personally.
Yeah, he's better than him, but the size-wise,
yeah.
He's just maybe an inch shorter, but he
moves. He gets to the. Yeah. He can get off blocks, and he's not slow. He's not methodically doing it on fucking slow. He's doing like the kids do slow motion. Like
if you here, bro. Average out Tyree's contract, it's $6.25 million a year, bro. Like they can cut that if they wanted to.
No, but I thought it was 14 if they cut him to
it's
completely.
4 years for 25 million. Like obviously they have to pay the rest of what was left on there, but they can stretch that out when they come settlements. When they release a guy like that, you know what I mean. So where they wouldn't have to pay everything in 1 year like that. So it's just
if that works. Then
if they wanted to cut him, they would have cut him. That's why I'm saying his contract is not that outrageous. If he was in the top 5, it would have been a lot worse. Because right there you're in like almost like damn near 10 if you're like at 5 already. But he's at averagely. He's at like $6.25 million a year. So there's no reason why they couldn't have let him go and ate that money.
That's free money right there, bro.
Yeah.
Free money.
But see, like say for example, we turn around and do that, Kuntz won't be able to get paid. We probably won't be able to bring Ebbs back for a couple years. Morgan won't be able to get paid. So that 14 mil is gonna fucking affect. So I think
that's not gonna affect it if he's here or not, though. Like that money's gonna have to be given to him if he's here or not. So why not open? That's what I'm saying. If they really wanted to let him go, they would open up a roster spot for that. Like they would have opened up a roster spot if they felt that like bad, like that they felt that little of Tyree. That's what I'm saying. Like if they felt that little of Tyree, they would be willing to eat that money because that money was going to be given to him no matter what. So though, like that's not going to play with any of Kuntz's money. Like regardless, that's not going to play with any of Kuntz's money because that money is going to be paid.
Anyway. We have his
money.
Because
Kuntz is going. They're going to have to figure out how to get Kuntz's his money regardless because that other money is already accounted for. You know what I mean? Tyree's money is accounted for already.
Okay, so if Tyree gets fucking cut right now, you're telling me that the 14 mil that we're going to use to cut him or whatever was we'll lose, you know what I mean, because of the contract, it won't come out this year. It'll come out over years.
It'll come out like it's like his dead money per year, like that. Like Littleton was on our books for multiple years. Was on our books for multiple years in dead money, like $8 million a year, because that contract was that bad. But in
we got fucked by him because he signed a 4-year contract and we cut him in 2. We released him at 2 years. So we owed him guaranteed money still. So you pay him.
So releasing and cutting are the same thing, no, right?
No, cut is releasing kind of, but see, like if they were to waive him, then a team would have to pick up his contract, and then you are able to get like compensation picks or something like that for it, but nobody would pick him. So you would make it through waivers, and then you would still have to pay his contract if a team picks him up.
I think he'll be gone quick because there's some dumbass team like we were thinking that this guy's going to be great.
But that's what I'm saying. If that was going to happen, that would have happened today.
Yeah. That's true. But I mean, it's just we can't focus on one player. We got a bunch of fucking other players, man. We got another.
That's what I'm saying. He's on the 53 now.
Yeah.
We can't do shit about it. You know what I mean?
Now, just a reminder for the 90 people that are in here, Coach Gravy and Gabe have a bet about the 6.5 sacks that Tyree is supposed to get, and then somebody's supposed to watch. What is it? The Barbie movie or some shit, or get a jersey or a shirt and have to wear it.
Today's news. At least with today's news, as him being part of the team still, At least it prolongs the bet. It prolongs the bet at least. You know what I mean? Because if you would have been released, I would have been fucked.
You're not real confident. You're not real confident in that playing time, are you?
Hey, anything could happen, though. Anything could happen.
My opinion says you're gonna get 6.5 sacks.
I've seen far like you know.
I hope he gets better, and I hope he shines. Prove me wrong, dude. But you haven't yet. You haven't yet.
Prove me right.
Releasing and cutting a torta is the same thing. No, it's actually not. No, it is not. There's a difference. There's rules to it.
Yeah,
okay, but that's a different show. Anyways,
but I like our safeties.
Yeah, our safety. That's all. I was going to talk about that, but I did have a question for you guys, man. A lot of people are going back and forth because I know we've had a lot of conversations about Gardner and AOC and this, that, and the third. When Gardner's never had a chance to actually start as the number one guy going into it. This is kind of, I want to say uncharted territory for him, but I mean, this is a good thing. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm a little nervous about it because it's like almost the unknown. You know what I mean?
Again, bro. Just say Minshew again. It's all right. You got one more time to do it.
I'm excited about Minshew, bro. Like for real, like I am. It's just the unknown, bro. Like you know what I mean. I'm kind of like I want to know what you guys really feel about it because we haven't talked about it. We're just like, oh, he's a starter. You know what I mean? But overall, like, I mean, give me like your just straight fucking less than a minute fucking rant about this guy. I mean, how him starting for the first fucking time, bro. Like, I'm kind of excited, bro. Like, I'm excited because I think he's gonna actually be able to pull it off. I think he's
pull out.
Pull it off, bro.
Go ahead, Dave. You answer those
questions. Have to pull out, bro. He's shielded up, so he doesn't have to pull out.
Because you switched. You switched too later on.
I did. Because
and so did Gabe. So what do you think, Gabe, now?
For me?
Yeah, there's only one Gabe on the show.
I've been kind of saying that, you know what I mean? Like that AP's explanation for it, you know, was the perfect explanation for it. I think that maybe in the long run, it still could be, you know, AOC can turn into that guy, but the way that they felt with the veteran presence of Minshew, you know what I mean? And that, you know, he probably does give the offensive line a little bit more time, you know what I mean, back there to be able to create some stuff, you know what I mean, off the fly. And it's just, I think that's what it is, bro. Like he's, it's more of the big play ability with him, you know what I mean? Because he can keep plays alive and, you know, kind of broken plays and, you know, scramble out to the outside. But it's the biggest thing is getting off fast because it's a division game, you know what I mean? And then we got Baltimore. Then we got, you know, we got Carolina. Carolina is improved, you know what I mean? But then we also got, you know, right after that, we got another tough team in Cleveland. So I think Minshew does give us the better chance, you know, early for sure. You know what I mean? Because of all those things. You know what I mean? So when I did hear that shit, it was a good explanation. I thought it was close either way, especially with that pick six with AOC. Wish you wouldn't have thrown it, because then it would have been interesting to see what would have been named. You know what I mean? Because I know that AP said right after that didn't have a lot to do with it, but I know you could tell he doesn't like turnovers. So I don't know how much of that shit was true. Maybe it wasn't a big percentage of the reasoning, but that had to have played a factor, because that was a game-changing moment. You know what I mean? It totally changed that game. It flipped that game upside down. We were literally, you know, about to take the lead and shit like that, because we had just came down and had some momentum, and that's the type of shit you don't want to see. Minshew sometimes has a tendency of, you know, kind of letdowns like that, to where you'll have a great game, and then you'll have a letdown game. But I just think it's gonna be with the biggest thing with Minshew is gonna be just trying to stay consistent with that energy, because sometimes you can tell he just looks like a little lazy out there sometimes. But hopefully, if he doesn't do that, and just the consistency of being out there and, you know, fucking just making plays happen, bro. Like, and even if Even if the plays are not there, just go out there and fucking play the best you can and limit the turnovers, because that's what's going to help this team win, dog. Because the defense, I still believe in this defense.
Yeah, see, I like the way you said it. Not necessarily lazy. It just seems like he'll lose focus. I think that's what it is. He'll lose focus at times. Sometimes he looks like, but I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has their bad, plays, and I'm not, it's fucking NFL. It's one of the hardest fucking leagues in the, ever built. You know what I mean? And the world, I guess you would say, or United States, however you want to put it. But I mean, I see him losing focus, and that was kind of like what I was trying to articulate, bro, and so get out of my like fucking head. Is that like you see him kind of just a chill dude or whatever or not, and even with the podcast that I watched him talk and stuff like that, there was moments and times when you would see him focus up. If he stays focused up, bro, and just fucking runs it the way he needs to, bro, I think he can go very, very far. A little bit more intensity, you know what I'm saying, instead of kind of playing the game, being a little bit more like intensity and just more focused. I think that'll take us a long way. What you think, Gabe? I mean, Gravy?
I like Minshew from the jump, but I have my reasons why AOC was even mentioned later on. It was because of AP, but I think Minshew, when he did when he was in a situation to start for Jacksonville, that team was terrible. He's in a better predicament right now. He has better receivers. He has weapons all over the place now. With DJ and Trey. It looks like his rapport with Trey Tucker is great. Is good. Because he was the only one hitting Trey Tucker on the deep balls. So I don't know where his weenie arms at, but 40, 50-yard hits. That's pretty good arm for me. And then they were right where Tucker needed them at. And he slings the ball well, I don't think his accuracy is probably they're probably they're close, but it's Aiden has the accuracy team. But I'm happy that AP went out the norm kind of and went and said Minshew's the guy, because the reason was mobility and he didn't get any turnovers, and also he scored touchdowns or touchdown, those 3 games, and he was good in the red zone. He wasn't hitting threes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that needs to happen. We've always sucked in the red zone, even when AOC was in there, and a new Minshew has never had. Minshew's always been consistent in the red zone, and that's what stands out bright to me. That he does that. So we'll get 7s instead of 3s. Daniel Carson doesn't need to be. Usually they are the points leaders on the team, but the kickers, because they do extra points and field goals and shit. But
yeah,
we want one of our receivers to lead our team in points.
Yeah. Captain Lewis says shot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Greg. I don't know if you're done or not.
Yeah, bro. I'm done. I'm just an AOC guy. I'm a Minshew guy. I want Minshew to be successful, and I think he will.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I don't see anything wrong with them and shit like that. But it's just the back and forth and stuff like that. I'm gonna read a couple comments, and this kind of like kind of sums up a lot of stuff. Cowtown saying right here, shout out Gabe for always keeping it 100. Appreciate your non-biased outlook. RCP says right here, says I've said this before. Minshew is a straight up gunslinger. Problem with that comes up with turnover, and he tends to oversling it. If you learn how to chill out, then we'll the leftovers will be fine. I mean the turnovers will be fine. As long as the House Junkie saying, as long as the O-line opens holes and protects quarterback, Minshew should be fine. I think he's going to come down to how good our O-line is. There's a lot of different, aspects of the way people are looking at it, bro. So, yeah, it says, and good stuff. Right, said he took a trash Indiana team to the playoffs and made a Pro Bowl appearance. So, yeah, yeah, I mean, there's all the good things. So I'm excited. I just really wanted to fucking ask you guys, man, to be honest with you. But But yeah, that was just pretty much it.
85. Shout out to the 85 in the building.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Man, I appreciate all you guys.
Mikey, don't start, man. Don't fucking start.
He said,
Don't come.
All I know is that he said, all I know is that Dak Prescott on this team next year is going to be fired.
Where's he at?
You know what? It's either that. I agree with Miguel. Either that. AP's on the phone with Dion. AP's on the phone with Dion. Tell you that.
Make you assistant head coach, Dion, assistant head coach.
Well, I'm talking about his boy.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, get you get some shit going. Red Dolphin says for 2025, it's not good that Minshew beat out AOC. We still need a franchise quarterback, but for 2024, let's go. We're definitely going to be in the mix for the playoffs with Minshew as quarterback. Yeah, that's what a lot say. That's what even Gravy was saying at the beginning before we're going back and forth with this whole AOC and Minshew thing. He was saying that we'll have more wins with Gardner, and not that I didn't believe him, but like now it's like, yeah, he has the experience, but he can also throw a few games. When he said one of his favorite quarterbacks he watched play is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is fucking threw like 5,000 yards, but like 33 fucking picks, bro. So that's a little, you know what I mean, a little scary right there. But
you could throw.
Go ahead.
You could throw for 5,000 yards and throw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And people will say, you're a badass quarterback. That's just weird to me, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be good, man. I think so too.
And then even people want Jameis Winston on this team, dude.
Yeah, I'm good.
Get off that DTR shit. Get off all that. We're gonna roll with this dude. Quit thinking of options because AOC didn't make you. You got AOC.
Hey, Gravy, you wanted Tannehill. You agree with Sports that you wanted Tannehill.
Shout out
Tannehill better. Is Tannehill better than DTR?
Is Tannehill better than Minshew?
Fuck no.
No, and that's what I was saying that day.
Is Tannehill better than AOC?
No, not at this point.
I should have asked you that before you hit that.
That's what I was saying. Like, but that's what that was my point that day that we had that discussion. Though, like, he's not better. He's not better than he's not going to just come in here to start. First of all, so that's why even bring him in.
You can't sit there and tell me that AOC is better than Ryan Tannehill.
So why is Tannehill still on the couch?
Because he got hurt.
Not
because
even
he's a douchebag. That's what he is. He's a douchebag.
Not even a backup on a team right now.
Is he a backup on a team?
Ain't got it anymore. He ain't got it anymore. Tannehill's on his couch right now. He's waiting for a team to call him. He wasn't even in a camp this year. That's how bad. Like, that's how behind. That's how far behind.
So Jameis Winston and DTR and all these other wannabes are the option that we need to get. You know.
No, let's stick it out with Minshew and and fucking AFC.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I've been saying though since even then. Like, obviously they were flip flop.
This was during the competition, bro. This was because I was
exactly. Even before, with that competition, I was still saying either one of these guys that starts is better than Tannehill. So why even bring Tannehill in? Whatever guy starts, I thought it was going to be AOC at that time, but I made it clear though. Whatever quarterback started is, I think, better than Tannehill at this point. Because Tannehill doesn't have a job. Doesn't have a job for a reason.
Why you gotta bring up bullshit? Why you gotta bring up bullshit?
Hey, bro, listen. Look, fuck Tannehill. He's not coming to the Raiders, but I'm talking. This is fucking drop.
Quarterbacks got released today. There was some quarterbacks that got released today.
Yeah, there is. Shout out Sean Johnson. He sent me a bunch of stuff. I'll look it up right now. But
now,
I don't think we're gonna be looking at any.
I would go out there and try to get like a Hendon Hooker.
I would go out there and try to go get, and I'm sorry for Lobby, but I would out there and try to get Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what I would be doing right now. I would go try to get Dalvin Cook.
He just might beat out Zeus.
And even if he doesn't, though, like I'm saying, even if he doesn't, like even if he were to beat out Zeus, he would be a damn good second running back. I think it would be a better suited. I mean, he was in front of Madison for years for a reason, already. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I would like Dalvin Cook, man. I've always liked Dalvin Cook.
Our standards as a nation on players is so mediocre nowadays. We want old, good guys that were 5 years back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just weird, bro.
I'd rather, I'm on the point right now, I'm on the verge and everything like that, that if we can turn around and get some guys that maybe second year or something like that, I want to see some guys actually try to fight for this fucking shit, not getting paid a lot. And it's not necessarily like Twan says, cheap labor. I want guys that are trying to make a name for themselves. I don't want these guys that had a little bit of fucking, a little bit of success and now they want it all and stuff like that. Madsen is another guy that needs to actually really, really ball out. So he's going to push the fucking envelope. He's not getting paid very much, but he's getting decent money for a running back. There's a lot of different guys that need to fucking sit back, you know what I mean, and really, really try to do what they got to do, you know what I mean? We're looking at Labe too. He fucking had a fumble, bro. You know what I mean? Just because he has some fucking speed and stuff like that, I don't care all the speed you got, all the cutting power and all this stuff, this, that, and the third. If you're fumbling up the ball, bro, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose. One of the biggest things is not giving up the ball. And we're going to give up the ball. He's going to be giving up the ball. I'm cool with that, bro. I'd rather see some guys that really, really want to try to make their last run and do some things, man. But we're not really seeing it kind of sucks, the simple fact that we're going to turn around and go look at the leftovers. You know what I'm saying? Unless
I would want to out of those leftovers, though, I would probably be the top on my list. Probably be where now would probably be Adoree Jackson and CJ Henderson. One of those two guys.
Yeah. No running backs.
I mean, it would be cool to get a running back, but I mean, I think they're kind of like the way that they say. I don't think they want to push Lobby out. So I don't think that they go for one. I mean, I would like Dalvin Cook, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people don't agree with it, say that he's washed up and shit like that. But I mean, I wouldn't mind the running back. I wouldn't mind the Dalvin Cook, but I just think that they're gonna try to probably address that corner room, because I think they I thought it would have been more than 5 corners, but I think it's 5 for a reason. I think it's 5 for a reason because they are gonna go out looking for one. You know what I mean?
Countdown saying to relax. It was a welcome to the NFL moment. Nah, welcome to the NFL moment is you get fucking cracked and you hold on to the ball. You're supposed to welcome. You're supposed to make a fucking entrance, bro. If Josh Jacobs was fumbling the ball at the first fucking time, I don't think Josh Jacobs fumbled the ball until maybe his fucking 6th game or 8th game or something.
Nick Chubb will not be playing against us either because he's on the pup. He will start the season on the pup list, so he has to miss the first 4 games.
I'm glad.
Pretty fucked up. Which is pretty fucked up because I thought that was a bad injury. I mean, hopefully he gets back on the field at some point, but because that was a bad injury, though. That was a bad fucking injury for sure.
We went from first round pick in fantasy to 2000 and something. The people still pick him. Still pick him.
I mean, the dude is a workhorse when he is out there, though. But I just think that we're good in a lot of positions. I think we're good at safety. I think we're good on the defensive line, whether we've talked about Tyree or not. I still think at other positions, because we do have 2 of the top 10 guys who don't come out of the game. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be it's going to be a rotation around, those other spots. But you're also going to see, the linebackers are going to play a big part, obviously. They kept a lot of them. I love our fucking secondary, but I would say that maybe the lower end of the cornerbacks, it would be nice to get some insurance there, especially some older guy that's why I like Adoree Jackson, you know what I mean, because he has played for Patrick Graham before. He is an older guy. He's still fast, you know what I mean. That's one thing he has never lost. You know what I mean, he's fast, and I think he's a good player. He's a solid cornerback, you know what I mean. And I think he could come in here and not, obviously not, I'm not gonna say as high as battle for a starting spot or anything like that, but he could play some very meaningful snaps, you know what I mean, for us, for sure. if he comes in here because he's familiar.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying this, but Rocket Sin got waived today too.
He did.
Yeah. We're
He
talking
didn't
about
look
that
that bad on. He didn't look that bad on Saturday. He made some plays too. Yeah, I know it wasn't against it was against Peterman and shit like that, but I don't know. Rocket Sin. I mean that wouldn't be a bad, because he obviously ain't gonna come in here like I said, he ain't gonna come in here and start either. But that's why I'm saying it wouldn't be a bad depth piece. You know what I mean? But I like Adoree Jackson just because of the I don't know why SC guy, SC boy. You know what I mean?
That's why.
So check out some of the best cornerbacks right now. Free agents are Xavier Howard, Adoree Jackson, Patrick Peterson, J.C. Jackson, Alkiko Witherspoon, and Crossen. Right, Eli Apple
too.
Yeah.
Desmond King is pretty cool. Trey Flowers. They got Anthony Verrett. Anthony Verrett's pretty cool. Jalen Mills, Eli Apple.
Yep.
J.C. Jackson, but J.C. Jackson is dealing with the suspension early in the year, so that wouldn't be a good thing to go. Patrick Peterson is old as shit. And Xavier Howard, but Xavier Howard is battling some shit too. No, isn't he like looking at some shit?
Yeah. I'm not really tripping on Xavier Howard, so I'm just saying
he might go to jail, bro. He might be in jail.
Yeah, he's gonna be a con.
Bradbury was
53-man roster.
SoCal. Bradbury is with the Eagles. Somebody asked, I think, up there about Bradbury. He was thought of that he was going to be let go, but he did not get waived. He ended up sticking around with the Eagles, which fuck Bradbury.
Yeah,
fucking not worth the money that he was getting paid. So nah.
we were talking about getting Bradbury for years.
Yeah. I think Bradbury's done.
Actually, we would have got him at the money that he ended up getting paid. And $19 million a year, fuck that shit.
Yeah. See, there's a couple of little
waiting for someone. That would be. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. For who? Who are we out there going to go get trade for somebody? Like, are you? I'm not. If we were going to trade for a quarterback, I would have done that a long time ago.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Or even Demario Davis. Mm-hmm. I think because there's reports that's been talked about several times with Demario Davis with linebacker, but it wouldn't be bad to go out. If you could go out and get a fucking Marshawn Lattimore, bro, you are set at corner. I'm sorry for Jacorian. I would feel sorry for Jacorian because he would probably be that, not like he'd probably get his starting spot taken, but Jacorian would still play a big part. But he would probably be the guy that would get his starting spot taken because Lattimore still is very, very fucking good in this league, bro.
I hope it happens. As much as I dig JB too, he has improved, but he could just get better. Now I'm not saying he's gonna be on his hip and he's gonna be teaching these guys or whatever. He's just gonna by playing out there, he'll see what Lattimore can do, and then JB will get enthused.
That would be nice. That would be nice, but I think that Mario Davis is more in our realm, because that's been talked about multiple times from what I hear.
Get rid of Diablo, then Diablo's gone if you get Davis.
Or one of those guys like Mauga or fucking Bernie. That's what be fucked. That would kind of be fucked up too. One of those guys could be pushed out too, because I think they keep Diablo just because he's here for one more year anyway, and he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Can they possibly get something for him with 1 year left on his contract? That wouldn't be bad either, but I just think they keep him and then let him go at the end of the year if they were able to get a guy like a Demario Davis.
Yeah. No, it makes sense with JB because he has a lot to learn, and then they're gonna pick on him because I think Jack is gonna have that sold up,
Yeah,
he's that dude this year. He's that dude this year.
But hey, just be on the lookout though. That's for sure. Just be on the lookout because anything can happen with that $35 million. With that $35 million available, anything can happen. To be honest, bro. Like we can go out and make a trade. That's the thing. We can shock a lot of people, and because we have the money for it. We can go out tomorrow and extend somebody, and that surprised people too. Like we could go out and be like, hey, you know, just in breaking news, Kuntz gets extended for 2-3 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm not like convinced that we're done with all the big moves yet. Like there's still going to be some big news from here to the start of the season with us, with either re-signing somebody or extending somebody like a Hobbs, a Kuntz before it gets too late. You know, sooner rather than later, because you know what I mean. So that works a lot of the times, especially if you have a lot of belief in the player, and then like it just, or you can go out there and make a trade, like and still make a splash that way. But we have the money available for any one of those things, dog. So I think we're not done before the season starts on some big news.
So this is the thing. So we got what? So 2 weeks till the first game of the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking gonna come up quick. I can't fucking wait.
But
who's gonna come? Yeah, less than 2 weeks. So who's gonna come in within the next couple of games and just get dropped into the system and just fucking fit?
That's why I like Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, that's the
guys that you trade for,
because he's played for Patrick Graham.
Right.
He has played for Patrick Graham before. You know what I mean? So that's why I like Adoree. Xavier Howard, he has, if he can make it through his legal troubles, and that's just not going to be a problem, and we can sign him for 1 year, that wouldn't be bad too, just for that same reason too, because he's played for him too. You know what I mean? He's played for Patrick Graham in Miami. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's far from happening though. I think that's he has a lot of red flags for him right now, so I don't think that's going to happen. But that's why I like those two type of players, guys that are going to be familiar and be able to come in this late and actually do something.
Yeah. See, that's where it's like, I was saying to myself in preseason, then I hear about preseason, they're not going to be able to fall in place. You know what I mean? Then we're going to have to wait for them to fucking kind of, it's going to be very, very rare you're going to get a fucking, a Jack Jones coming in, you know what I mean? And just doing what he does, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, man. It's like you kind of want them to develop with the team and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like I think coach is just sticking with this team and that's it. This is the team that we got. We saved that money. We might have to make a bigger move for next year.
I'm down with that too.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what, if you really look at it, we didn't play nobody else. We didn't look at anybody else's practice squad. We didn't do any of that shit. We just stuck together as a team to build the fucking foundational pieces. And I think that's what
it is. And I ask you this.
What's
one of the big names, which is Hobbs, Morig. I'm not going to put him in that fucking name because I don't think he should, unless he performs really big. Diablo, and Spillane's gonna probably be a free agent. Spillane will be a free agent next year too. He'll probably be a little bit cheaper than those other guys that are named up, but also Jack. You're probably gonna have to extend Jack if he balls out. So if you do, or if you are going to extend somebody with that money this year, like if you were going to have to extend somebody, Kuntz also, you know what I mean? Like, who would you give a contract to? Who would you extend right now, so you can get them later rather than when the price gets higher?
This is what I would do personally. If I'm looking at it real quick, I'm gonna go. Kuntz, Spillane, Morig, and then I'm gonna go those three guys. Extend them. I like the way Morig is playing. Even with the injury with his hand and stuff like that, he's still out there, club on his hand, still making interceptions. He was all over the field, coming downhill, hitting some people. I see Epps maybe leaving. We go maybe Palomao going up there and stuff like that. Palomao's kind of coming into it, but the thing is, though, I don't want to leave Hobbs. I don't want to leave Hobbs out there on the island. I don't want him to go out there and get any kind of other trade looks or anything like that. So the top four guys that I'm really, really looking at is going to be Spillane, Kuntz, Hobbs, and Morig. All defense.
In that order.
No, my order is gonna go Spillane, Kuntz, and tie between Hobbs and Morig. That's me right there. You know what I mean? Because Morig and Hobbs, Morig has been out there longer. So I would say just because of the simple fact that Morig has been on the field longer than Hobbs, I'm going Morig and Hobbs last. I would hate to lose Hobbs though, to be honest.
Yeah.
These are the same year, no?
Say that again.
These are the same year.
Yeah.
Him and Morrison. Yeah. But me, it would be Kuntz first because the way Tyree is playing. Number 2 would be Jack Jones. Number 3 would be Hobbs. And 4 would be Morig. I think Spillane will wait. He's old. I'm not being mean to him. I'm not saying he's a sorry player, but he's expendable a little bit. There's other,
I agree.
I think that Diablo's too inconsistent, and the fans hyped him up. He does good things. Believe me, I don't dislike the guy. I told you that I wanted to get a number 5, but he needs to show me. And he's not a great linebacker. Spillane is better than him, but he just not as athletic.
Okay.
I think Spillane, they'll keep around. They'll pay him because he's not going to be asking for grip of money. He's not the top linebackers in the league. Morig will be one of the top safeties. You got to look at that. And Hobbs is the best nickel. If Hobbs stays at nickel, if he stays there,
trap.
He's going to be an all-pro corner.
Yep.
He's going to be a DB, but he's going to be all-pro. And then you got to sign your best player on defense besides Max, and that's Jack Jones.
Okay,
Jack Jones still has 2 more years on his contract. You can do it this year with the other guys, and then you sign them next
2 years.
That's why I'm going with the most expensive guy, probably that's going to need the most expensive, raise is going to be Kuntz, because defensive ends ain't cheap, and he's going to need a big raise if you're going to want to sign him. So that would be a guy that if I were to want to get him sewed up, for the future, I would want to sign him sooner rather than later. Like I would probably try not even to wait till next year, but that's only if you believe in that he's going to have a repeat year. You know what I mean? If he duplicates, the last 10 games and he has that shit the whole season, then damn, bro, like you could obviously get a bargain. But if you don't think that he's going to be that type of player, then you wait till next year. But I do agree with Miguel on the because I did say this yesterday in yesterday's show. I think in the beginning of this show too. I think Trayvon Morig is in line for a big fucking game. I mean, big year. Yeah. And I think Trayvon Morig is going to be a solid safety in this fucking league, dog. Like he's looking like last year, his interceptions went up. Like that was a problem. Like sometimes his hands were kind of be not iffy, but he was always like most of the time he would be in the right place. And now, if he could start getting that ball hawk mentality as that safety, dog, I think he's in line for a fucking humongous year, dog, for Morig. So I like Morig, and I like Kuntz for them. Just for the simple fact, like Gravy said, I think Spillane likes being here. I think Spillane likes being with AP and shit like that. Like that shit where I don't think it's going to take that much to re-sign a guy like that. Hobbs, that's a different story. That you're probably gonna have to ante up for him too, because he is one of the better already, top 3, slot corners in this league already. You know what I mean? So like I think the only guy that was better than him was the slot corner from Kansas City. You know what I mean? So but as far as those 3 guys goes, like I think it would probably be going my order, or probably be Kuntz, and then it's close between Morig. I'll probably go Morig second, and then Hobbs.
No Jack Jones?
Jack Jones, because like Gravy, like Lo said, you could probably wait a year for that.
Yeah.
He's already,
that's what I'm thinking of with Spillane and Jack Jones.
Spillane though is at the end of this
last year.
But you can use him when the cap raises up. You can sign at a certain date. You can sign Spillane at that. You don't have to do it right now because you got the money.
Right.
You can say, hey, the next year, then we're gonna start talking about you. And I'm sure he'll be down with that because I think he likes being a Raider. He doesn't want to go nowhere because we gave him the max opportunity to start. And then players remember that shit. Jack Jones owes the Raiders big time favors for believing in him. You know what I mean? You know, I think Jack Jones is gonna get paid. This is his year to get paid, but we got to spend some of that money we have on him. And then we know Al Davis. What I think that Mark Davis is gonna do, and what they're gonna do is just give these guys huge signing bonus money. Signing bonus.
That would be smart. That would be smart to keep it all down.
Smart but dangerous.
So, it's dangerous because they get the money. You give a guy $20 million signing bonus, and then he doesn't do shit with it. You know what I mean? He doesn't pay it, but his contract's good. His contract's a good contract.
But see, this is
not right.
That signing bonus don't go towards the cap or anything.
Ryan Lynn right here. Like the only thing, because you said that no Spillane left. Oh, Spillane. Like it's just the only thing with Spillane is not that we're not giving him love. I just think that he likes being here. I think we'll find a way to get him. We'll find a way to
he'll work around wherever because he just loves being here. That's where it's a plus because of the way our coaching staff is. Regardless of the win record or whatever or not, a lot of these players want to be here and want to win here. You know what I mean? And even though certain players like Nate Hobbs would be like, man, I need to get that money. I think certain players should get a lot of money up front because I don't think Hobbs wants to go anywhere. I think a lot of these players don't want to go anywhere. They like the coach, they like the staff, they like everything where they're going with it, and you know what I mean. But yet at the same time, it's a money league. Money talks. It does.
You know what they looking for.
Spillane is like he came and got the captain nod right away. You know what I mean? He's our quarterback on defense. You know what I mean? He has that responsibility. So anybody that's happy at their place of employment and going to get paid decent and be like, hey, we can do this, something more up front, yada, 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 a little bit longer. I see it happening. There's a lot of different ways that things can happen in our favor. And especially like with these players, man, I'm telling you, some of them want to be here. Some of them don't want to leave. A lot of them love the Vegas fucking lifestyle. So why take off? Housing is cheap. You know what I mean? Just hide a little bit. It's a good destination. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of pluses about having a good coaching staff. You would take less money. Look at DA. DA took less money because of what he felt like, you know, what he was getting taken care of. They weren't taking care of him at Green Bay. He's like, take care of me now, even with all the bullshit with Rodgers and stuff like that. Didn't feel appreciated. Fuck it. I'm going to the team and he took less money. So players not only want money, especially if they got paid twice, like DA's a little special case because he got paid twice. Spillane's he had to build himself up and got a decent fucking contract for 3 years. A lot of people didn't think he was going to do what he's going to do. Now it's that point where he's going to get it, and they're going to give him decent money, bro. So I don't really think it's a money thing. It's about a fit thing and so forth and so forth. Somebody like Hobbs, I would say Morg is more along the lines to work out a better contract because he's quiet, just wants to work, and looks like a solid person. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him going anywhere else. Hobbs, I can see him wanting to fucking, test the market, do whatever, and go wherever to play. And plus, they're going to throw a lot of money at him because,
Travis. You get outlandish shit, bro. You got to go.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go, bro.
Yeah.
They throw you outlandish shit. It ain't like Josh Jacobs got $1 million more than what Telesco offered, and then he bounced. He didn't want to be in the Raiders no more. So that's the thing. Hobbs has never done nothing to us. We got to take care of these guys. They're performing for you. You got to take care of them. You just can't shy them and do the thing.
There's only enough money, and if we are serious, like say there is a quarterback out there that's available next year. Anybody becomes available, whatever, Dak and all of this shit. That money becomes available, like some of the players are not going to be able to come back.
Yeah,
I think DA is one of them.
I think DA is going to stay and restructure. I don't think he's going
But,
nowhere.
I mean, that's for like down next.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into that because I'm focused on this year. You know what I mean? I'm focused with this team. You know what I mean? That shit's looking like that could fucking all change tomorrow. And Jerry Jones says we just made fucking Dak the most richest quarterback ever. So that could all change in a second. So it's like that until that.
All these players that we're talking about, they could just have a bad season too, and then not
Exactly.
That money.
Exactly. But that's why I was saying, which one of these guys would you be willing to give that extension to now, sooner rather than later? That you believe in the most, like right now, that he's going to be able to still perform like that. That you have the most confidence that he's going to be able to live up to a contract if you extend it.
Jack Jones.
Yeah.
Jack Jones.
Yeah, I see that. Because Jack Jones could end up being the Charles Woodson of the secondary, but it's cornerbacks. We haven't had a good cornerback in a long time. So I mean, you know, on all the front line is going to be great. Everybody else can develop in this.
Trayvon Mullins is Trayvon 8-toe Mullins. That's the best one.
Yeah. Now, Spillane, see, that's those the four that I'm talking about. Like Jack Jones is going to get. This is the guys that we think that they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jack Jones is going to get his money. I'm not even worried about him at all. Like, you know what I mean? In this whole conversation.
AP's gonna take care of him, bro. He
made
him look good. He made him look good, bro. Yeah. He owes him that. He owes him. Hey, you want to?
But the thing is, though, he pulled Jack Jones out of fucking obscurity because a lot of people didn't want to fuck with him. And AP said, "Hey, if he does fucks up, whatever or not, I'm gone anyways. You can fire me too." So that's the thing. He's backing up a lot of players, saying like, "Man, just be you and do whatever you got to do, not, you know, whatever or not." So that's where it's like it's gonna attract a lot of players. What these guys are going to be getting paid and all these different things. It's going to attract a lot of players. Crosby being out there, Wilkins being out there, seeing all this different shit. People are going to want to come play for Vegas. And that's the thing that I'm really, really liking. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of changes too.
I thought I would see that already, Lo. I thought I would see that already. You know, like
maybe Telesco's holding off. He's like, look, we got a plan. It's going to be a 3-year plan. Just fucking put your bootstraps up and try to win with this team and do what you guys got to do. You know what I mean? There can be fucking all kinds of different shit where we can work out. You know what I mean? Start getting ready to trade for certain people, looking at somebody's contracts. I'm pretty sure Telesco's already looking at contracts that he can fucking grab probably in a year from now. You know what I mean? I don't think Dak Prescott is going to be one of those. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different things that can happen, man. I'm just excited that this season's about to start.
Why not? Why wouldn't Dak Prescott win?
He's gonna want like at least fucking 200 million, some crazy fucking number. You know what I mean? If we have it, I wouldn't mind it. But
pay if a guy comes off a rookie contract balling, you don't think if Purdy has another good year, that he's gonna start asking for his contract early? And the 49ers don't even have to talk to the dude. But he could say, okay, you guys don't want to do nothing for me right now on this 4th year, I'm gone. I ain't sticking around. And I done took you to 2 Super Bowls already or whatever he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could say that and say, oh, well, we better get on this guy's contract. You don't think Brock Purdy is not going to want Dak Prescott money?
He's probably going to get paid this year. Personally, I think he's going to get paid this year.
You think he's going to get around $60 million?
Close.
This dude's going to Super Bowls, bro. We can say who he has around him, but that's a team. It's a team game. You know, you're not going to be a good quarterback with shit around you. You know, he has all these guys that are paid.
Yeah.
And then now you got your tackle wanting more money. He's the highest paid offensive tackle, and he wants more money. He's been in the league for 16 years. If you don't report, they're fucked. I'm telling you this. They're jacked. Even if they get rid of you, don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, but my biggest thing with this is, bro, like, you know what I mean? Purdy's not going to be an option. And even if, say, I would take Purdy in a second, but he's going to stay with the Niners. The Niners ain't going to let his ass go. There's no fucking way. There's no way. So they're going to do whatever they got to do. They're going to cut some players. People are going to restructure. Kittle's going to have to restructure. Debo's going to have to restructure. They're going to want to run it back. And if you watch the fucking receivers and stuff like that, not necessarily a business, but they'll fucking make some moves to try to hit the fucking Super Bowl again, bro. They all want that shit. So that's what everybody wants, to get to that Super Bowl. So if people have to make certain cuts, bro, certain people will. But they also know that one of the smartest players on the fucking field, no matter what, is going to be the quarterback. Quarterback's got to know the fucking lineman plays. He's got to know the receivers plays. He's got to read the fucking defenses. He's got to know audibles. He's going to have to fucking keep his head on the fucking swivel. There's so many different things to where it's like Max Crosby said, hey, just get to the fucking ball. You know what I mean? Certain players only have certain jobs with, to do certain things. DA, for example, only has to catch the ball, run that fucking route. You know what I mean? Yeah, he can give you suggestion, but wherever the quarterback decides to throw the ball, that's going to be the biggest thing. So paying a quarterback at that like point, I understand why they get so much money. I really, really do. Even though the one's not getting beat up all the time and stuff like that, I get it. So it's like they're going to turn around and have to pay a quarterback. I don't think for the Raiders it's going to be good to go get a fucking old-ass quarterback that we've talked about, not sitting there and paying them fucking $200 million, so, for fucking 3 years and shit like that. 85 or fucking, $50 million a year. I don't really care about anybody else. I'm more looking like along the lines of what is going to fit for the Raiders. You see what I mean? And I don't see if you guys don't want to pay fucking Rodgers and try to get Rodgers over here, but you want to pay all this fucking money for Dak Prescott, bro, I'm cool. We're going around the same Rodgers
Rodgers had the decision to come here, and he didn't do it. He went to the Jets.
Because he didn't want to play for fucking McDaniels. I wouldn't want to play for McDaniels neither.
They have a good relationship with each other.
No. McDaniels doesn't have a good relationship with his fucking wife, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Like, get out of here.
The relationship with Aaron Rodgers. That's why whatever we mentioned in that, getting Rodgers. It goes down to the Raiders.
Because we were mentioned because DEA was fucking here, bro. And that's the bottom line. Everybody wants him to fucking.
I heard it come out of Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, if fucking everyone was talking about Tom Brady because he has a connection, Tom Brady wasn't going to come and play for fucking McDaniels. McDaniels was going to be his bitch. And McDaniels didn't want that shit. Oh, no, whatever. No. Why didn't he come? He should have came, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to really hear that shit. But I'm just saying, it's like that. Sider's saying he's going to be a fucking, potential free agent, bro. A 31-year-old free agent? But so we're going to take a quarterback that's had his leg snapped, can't win a fucking playoff game, but yet he has the numbers like Patrick Mahomes and can't do shit to come play against Patrick Mahomes twice a fucking year?
No, better than Patrick Mahomes.
But he's not winning shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And even with the argument with Rodgers fucking goes to the fucking playoffs every year and can't win shit neither. You're gonna be good all fucking year long and not win shit, bro. That's not what we need. Then you get fucking Brock Purdy that's going to the fucking Super Bowl like fucking 3 times. What, 2 times already?
That's because Brock Purdy makes the mistakes when he doesn't have his guys in there.
Well, of course.
Let McCaffrey get hurt. Let them lose Ayuk. You're gonna see.
Yeah, but then the year before he didn't have McCaffrey when he went to the Super Bowl. He didn't go. McCaffrey didn't go to the Super Bowl twice. He only went once.
Fuck you. McCaffrey, he had McCaffrey
for both years.
Well, he didn't go. Purdy was a rookie last year.
No, he wasn't. That's the second year.
Well, he went to the championship game. Who did they play? Who did Kansas City play the year after last game?
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Didn't they beat the?
It was Philly.
No, not all time, but right
they
now.
Lost to Philly.
Yeah, they beat Philly.
San Francisco lost to Philly.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it was Purdy that was playing, right? That got him there.
Purdy was playing. He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Right. But he didn't have fucking McCaffrey. But I do agree with you. Purdy couldn't fucking do anything when fucking Debo went down. They lost a fucking couple games and shit like that. I get that part, right? So it's, that's where it comes down to where it's the team game. But regardless of whatever, when you look across the whole fucking the NFL, the way it works, bro, quarterbacks get paid. All I'm saying is that I don't want fucking Dak Prescott to come in and just get us to the playoffs and then we lose. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna fucking have Minshew get us to the playoffs.
I'd rather go fucking win a fucking playoff game with Minshew, bro.
We're gonna do it this year.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, so and that's exactly the point. That's exactly what we're doing. We're gonna do this year with Minshew.
If you look at the big picture of it,
that
Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Minshew.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, so like right now,
that's what Dallas, bro. That's what Dallas, and they're just as a fucked up organization as anybody else.
Who do you think's a better quarterback? Because they both have weapons. Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott?
They both have the same weapons. They don't have a running back.
As of right now, as the way it is right now, I was pushing for when Tony Romo got hurt and I seen Dak Prescott and they brought him in. I was pushing for Dak Prescott. I was even talking shit to one of my homeboys. He was a Dallas fan. I was like, man, if you guys don't fucking use Prescott, bro, you guys ain't gonna go nowhere. And Prescott got him some win, but didn't fucking win no playoff games. Now he got them the wins to get them out of the fucking sub basement of mediocre fucking football. But Purdy took these guys over the top. So if you want to go by basis of work, I'm gonna say Purdy right now is better than Dak Prescott. Not
so did you watch when they played Green Bay?
What who?
Dallas?
I did not.
In the playoffs?
Oh, okay. Well,
maybe I did, but I can't remember.
Let me enlighten you with it. That defense, that number 2 defense in the NFL or whatever the fuck it was, they didn't show up for Dak. Dak almost threw for fucking 400 yards or something close to it. And then they got smacked around because their defense was just letting Green Bay. Love was just having his day with the
gravy.
Like
Gravy. Check this out. You know football very, very well.
You know football very well. You keep saying Dak doesn't win playoff games. That wasn't Dak's fault. It was the defense's fault. Their top-notch defense didn't do shit for him.
Okay, so not win playoff games, so comparable to somebody. So who would you rather have him then? If this was and this is the best case scenario. This guy's not coming available anytime soon. But Josh Allen or Dak Prescott?
You asking me that question?
Josh, bro. That's not even a question. But this is what I'm saying though. Look, Gravy, 400 yards in a playoff game.
Really won the playoffs either.
Yeah, that's another true. That's truth too.
Starts in the playoffs too, but
he's younger.
He plays.
Yeah,
but he plays.
So this is the thing for me. Like, say Dak Prescott and that fucking whatever, or not, right? Say
he Josh Allen all day too.
Say he gets the ball fucking 8 times throughout the whole fucking thing, right? First fucking play, he throws 50 yards. Okay, boom. Second fucking series, he throws fucking 60 yards, gets a field goal. Then next one, he throws. Then he throws another 60 yards, right, and then a touchdown. You know what I mean? So, and then he still has 5 more fucking, like I'm saying, out of 8 possessions, right? So he can knock out 400 yards, but if you're not fucking scoring, and obviously if the defense ain't doing their fucking job, it doesn't matter if you throw. I'd rather him throw fucking 220 yards and have 2 touchdowns and a fucking win than fucking 800 yards and fucking no touchdowns and no win, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? The numbers are misconstrued. I don't care about that. When it comes down to it, it is a team sport. You know what I mean? So the thing is, though, it's like I would rather take 100 yards off of fucking the passing and the extra touchdown. You know, and that has nothing to do with defense. You know what I mean? We got to really, really look at it like that. So I mean, numbers do
throw as many touchdowns as you want, Lo, but if you can't stop nobody, you're gonna get beat.
So it's okay. So how many touchdowns did he have in that game, if you can remember? I know it's probably hard. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying, like maybe 2. Well, so if he had maybe 2, if those 400 yards, if he would have 4 touchdowns and 300 yards, you telling me they would have won? Bullshit. And see, and then we got to look at the numbers. He has better numbers than Patrick Mahomes, but don't win fucking games.
Hey, but we got a team. We got our team now.
I'm just saying, like,
this is more down the future. This is all if I think like they don't believe in Minshew, you know what I mean? Because this might very well be a Minshew 2-year ride. You know what I mean? So like, because if Minshew balls out this year, who knows? They might let him play that second year of his contract. You know what I mean? So because I don't think it gets worse. You know what I mean? If they just continue to build with him, you know what I mean? Especially if he does, if you just see an improvement even from last year. If we get to the playoffs, we win a playoff game. Like I don't think there should be a reason why to give up on Minshew like that. Like they could be very well be a second year, but they could also look at it and like, damn, if Minshew by say chance in the playoff game, in the second playoff game, is the reason why he can't outdo a Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that, and that's the reason why we can't win those type of games in a playoff game, then they can go into next season and look at whatever big fish is out there. You know what I mean? But I think it's all going to be predicated on how Minshew plays, bro. But I'm just never been off the fact that, like, why not? Why can't it be Minshew? Like, why can't he be the next fucking Rich Gannon? Why can't he be the next fucking Rich Gannon, dog?
She said Andy Dalton. Just get it. Go
get Andy
Mayfire.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's take Andy Dalton, bro. The red bomber right there, bro. Let's go.
Red rifle.
Red rifle.
That's the best case scenario. Hopefully Minshew could be just a sprinkle fucking of Rich Gannon when he got here, dog, and just turn into that. You know what I mean? To somebody that didn't have much belief in him from around the league, obviously. I mean, when the Chiefs fucking traded him in division to the Raiders, obviously they didn't think that.
I don't think the nation believes in him either, Gabe. I don't think.
I'm saying, like, I don't think I don't even think back then the nation believed in Rich Gannon when he first got here. So why can't it be the same story? You know what I mean? He was a journeyman coming in here.
Trusted John Gruden would do the right thing, though. They trusted John Gruden. We trust AP.
I trust AP to do the right thing.
Okay, yes, and he I think he made the right call with this competition, but you have to know that Minshew's not. You have to know that Minshew's not going to get the same, fan base protection, if you say, more than AOC would, because I've said it before, as soon as Minshew fucks up, you're going to hear those chats out in the fucking stadium, bro, right off the bat. Now, what type of chance is Minshew going to have?
Well, the thing is...
Zero.
But see, this is what it comes down to. Us, we can have emotions and whatever we're not. It's a long season. This is their job. This is what they're going to do. He's lost. He's won. He's going to lose and win. We already know exactly what we're looking at. If he fucks up because he's trying to play hero ball, we already know what's coming. So it's like we can't really – I'm not going to shit on my quarterback at this point. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Because, see, the thing is, though, if he turns around and if he fumbles the ball, intercepts it, it's not going to completely destroy his confidence. He's still going to go out there and try to get some shit going. So that's the thing I'm not really worried about. Plus, we got a running game, and then the offensive line is going to come together. So there's going to be a lot of different factors that Minshew's never really had before. So I'm sticking it out. Everyone's going to say, AOC, throw AOC, fucking he throws one bad pass, everyone boo, like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, we're sticking with Minshew. We're sticking with Minshew for the rest of the year until he gets injured. Yeah, if he does, God will, I don't want him to get injured, but
I think that's where, like, it's all on us. Like, I know that obviously our fucking fan base is tired of losing, whatever like that, and they're going to get frustrated if they start to see some of the same things happen over from the beginning of last year, if they start seeing that shit arise at the beginning. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like we're not gonna get, and that's not gonna get us anywhere. Like, just fucking shouting from the sky. Like if AP is the coach that we think, he has to ignore all that shit. He has to ignore the fucking fans fucking talking all of that bullshit. Like, he has to run his program the way he thinks he's done it, the way that it was the way that it got him this job last year. You know what I mean? Like, just if he could be that same guy, and like, because the thing is, losing if you start losing, regardless of all that rah shit, guys are gonna, like, all it takes is one to, like, start fucking rotting the minds of the other ones, dog. So it's like, and that can start creeping in, doubt can start creeping in and shit like that. So it's gonna all be, and that's the reason why I think they went with Minshew, because, like, he's real big on. I think that game one is gonna be big time, bro. Like, we have to win in LA. That's gonna be a big game. Like, if we can start off 1-0 and come in, and that's gonna, I think, alleviate a lot of fans' worry too, dog. Like, because we could go into SoFi, take that monkey off our back, you know what I mean, and actually winning a game there with fans and shit like that there, like, you know what I mean. So doing that and then winning against the Chargers, where they were talking shit all off season, and then Minshew has a good game, like this game can alleviate a lot of that shit for a while now. Like, because I think everyone agrees, like, as much as I think we have a chance in that second game, because I do think, like, especially if we come off a win in game one, like, I think we're gonna be riding high, but I think we could all agree, like, there won't be no big thing. Like, you can't fucking throw him under the bus, say, like, if we lose a close game to Baltimore, in Baltimore, you know what I mean? So I think game one has a lot written on it, dog. Like, for Minshew, like, you got the starting job to start us off quick, so let's go in here and do this, because I do not see the LA as, I don't give a fuck if they got Herbert, and Herbert's this fucking hyped up guy around the media, like they say, but they do not have the roster to beat us. So there's no way that they should beat us in game one. And Minshew needs to make that possible, though. Minshew needs to make that happen on game one.
Yeah, shout out to Myra G right here. She says, if you're going to the first game in LA, pull up to the Cruise tailgate, SoFi Pink Lot. Look for all the Oakland fags. Meet some of your favorite Raider podcasters. Yeah, shit. Shout out Myra. I think everyone's what is it? A Protect the Shield podcast, and they're all going to be there. So,
and we beat Baltimore, we're going to be shocking the world, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right here. Brian Lynn has a question. It's probably the last question of the night, and then we'll get it finished talking about it a little bit. What do you guys think? Would be content with a track record like the Steelers, winning years but never getting that far? What do you guys think about that?
I think if I'm not mistaken, Tomlin has 2 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, if you could have fucking AP for fucking 20 years and he has 2 Super Bowls, I'm all down with that.
Yeah, for me, it's
longevity.
Yeah,
that's what cohesiveness and having a coach around for a long time, and his coaches, same players, you pay them, and all that shit we were talking about earlier. Well, if you have all that and you stick around and have stability at the coaching position, then you'll get good results from it, and that's why it's hard to beat Pittsburgh a lot. That's why they always back into the playoffs. That's why they're always there. And we were like this all the time. They just go straight up. They never change up. Pittsburgh has never changed their fucking way they play football. And then they got really good at what they do. And then why mess with it? Switching from this to that and this to that.
That's why I believe in AP, bro. Like, I think he's gonna model his coaching shit after guys like that. Like, I think he models his stuff with his, of course, with his own little flavor and shit like that. But I think he knows how to get to his players because he studied guys like that. You know what I mean? Like a Tomlin, like guys like, like fucking even what's his name, Tony Dungy and shit like that. Like he's studied guys like that who have done it, dog, who have won at the highest level too, dog. And I just think that I have a lot of faith in fucking AP, dog, to get us to where we want to go. I just have I don't know what it is, bro. It's something with him that, like, I just don't think he accepts losing. You can see it in his face, written all over his face, and I just think that regardless, if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, dog, we're going to be a damn competitive team, and we're going to win more than we lose. That I can't say, dog. Like, I have a lot of confidence in that. We are going to win more games than we lose this year.
Yep. I agree.
Now, Minshew sticks out the season. Are we cool with 10 wins with Minshew? Or could, you guys know my view at it. We would have lost more games if anyone had been in there.
Correct.
But if Minshew takes us on the cusp of making the playoffs, but we get into the playoffs with Minshew, is that going to change your ways on AOC? Saying, hey, he's back up. I'm rolling with Minshew out of the way.
No, I mean, at this point,
no doubt.
No, at this point, regardless of whatever, Hey, Gardner Minshew is our quarterback. Is the Raiders quarterback. I'm all in with Minshew. That's it. There's nothing changing it. There's nothing changing it at all. You know what I mean? The only way I see AOC even coming close to even, becoming a starter or anything like that is if Minshew goes 0-5 or some shit like that. To where there's just nothing going. He's not, no spark, no nothing. I'll give him a quarter. If he goes 0-4 in the first 4 games, bro, you're done. And obviously we've talked about there's a fucking possibility of something like that.
That's not,
but it's not going to happen. There's no way that's going to happen at all. You know what I mean? And so the thing is, though, so like regardless of whatever, I like AOC just being back there and just doing that. Just let him be there. We're going fucking full-fledged Minshew fucking mania. Let's run it. You know what I mean? So it's like, the Bam down by the river, however you want to call it. You know what I mean? I'm with it, bro. Like, I just want to see a little bit more focus in him, and he's going to be our quarterback, and we're starting with him, bro, and we're just going to run it. And then we'll go from there, man.
Okay, we'll see where we have to go. We'll see where we have to improve at the end of the season. But I do think, regardless, we're going to win more of the games than we win. So, regardless of the matter, like, we're going to be an improved team. And that's what we want to do regardless. Like, the goal is to finally get to that mountaintop and win it all. But like he said, like he's gonna take his. Maybe it might take more than this year. Maybe it might take even more than next year. But I think regardless, every year we're going to be an improved team with AP, because he's gonna build that structure, build that shit with us, and we're going to be able to evaluate better and know what we need in the off seasons and shit like that. So I just think it's heading in a good direction one way or another. I just think that I like that about us. I'm excited.
Look at this. If Minshew is in there, because I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat saying, if Minshew goes 0-3, if Minshew goes 0-4, what if Minshew's not even the cause of the loss? What if we're about to win the game and Madison fumbles the football? And
bottom line, this is the thing. Bottom line, one way or another. Well, listen, if we're losing games under 20 points. He's has like under 50% fucking completion rate, ratio, fucking, he's fucking 12 for like 30 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Interception, obviously it's bad play. You can call it on bad, offensive play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a couple.
What if we don't do that?
Okay, well then if he don't, gravy. But see, this is the thing. We're not going that route. We're not going 0-4 with Minshew. By the way, your standards, we're not doing that.
I don't think so, but I'm not the one that said if he goes 0-4. I'm saying he's
right now, I have to go grab my girl real quick, dog. I told her I was gonna pick her up at 10. So
okay. All right, we're gonna get out of here anyways.
Hey, for sure. Hey, Thursday, I know I'll be here for sure. We're gonna do a show, see what's good, see if there's any moves by then, because there's gonna be some moves made by in the next couple of days, dog. So because you want to get a guy in here sooner rather than later, especially with your team set now. You know what I mean? You kind of want to bring in some guys now. So we'll talk about it on Thursday, man. But thank everybody for in the chat, that's rocking with us. You know what I mean? And right now, Gravy and Low will finish off the live right here, dog. But hey, thank you guys, man. And I'm out, man. But
all right, I'll give you guys tomorrow. I'll give you tomorrow, Gabe. All right. Yeah, so let's just finish it up anyways, Gravy. I got to get up fucking 4 o'clock in the morning anyway, so I know you would want to go for fucking 18 hours straight and then just, you know what I mean, just rail it up.
Leave it on.
Work. Just leave it on.
Sleep and leave it on, bro.
Okay, all right, man. I'll talk to you guys later. No, I'm just playing. We'll get a little bit more into it.
And then get out.
Just get out? Damn, bro, like just like that? Really? You want to do that? If you want to do that, I mean, I'll dip out.
I'm on this StreamYard too. I got over.
Hey, you let me know. You let me know right now. Are we finishing it up or what?
I gotta go to work.
Yeah, no, we gotta go to work, man. We had about like 90 people out in the building, man. Hopefully, you guys hit the like button on the way out. Thursday, we will be live Thursday, and then I was sitting back looking at everything. We're pretty close to the start of the season, man. So Thursday we'll be live. Not sure if we're gonna do anything. Friday we might do a pop-up. Not sure. Sunday on the 1st, we were definitely going to be live. Thursday, we will be having a special guest, Mike from Raiders Against the World. He has a bunch of clothing line, hats, all kinds of stuff coming out. He's been to a couple practices. Good dude. He also invited us to do the podcast from the last game of the season. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. He's going to have something going on there. I know he's going to be going to a couple games, stuff like that. He has a bunch of different things going on. So he'll be here pulling up with us, talking a little ball with us. And then Sunday, not sure who we'll have, but most likely we'll have another guest on Sunday as well.
So get Josh, bro. I feel like hearing Josh.
Yeah, I know. We'll try to get Josh, and then we'll try to get Maine on Tuesday. We'll figure it all out. But I try to get Josh on this week too, but he's a little bit busy. We might have a little open door panel. Even next week we might go live almost all week long. We'll see how it all works out. But Saturday, the game before the day before the game, we will be live via Miguel's house. I think it's going to be Ark's going to be with us. It's going to be Gabe, obviously, all of Gabe's family and stuff like that. But we will be live in LA. You'll get more as the season's getting ready to pull up, and we'll have everything all set up, ready to rock, man. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in with us and stuff like that. Appreciate you guys. Come out to meet and greet with the guys. Yeah, definitely, Myra, definitely. Like we always tell you guys around these parts, be thankful for what you do got done, and what you don't drink and drive. And how we always end this bitch on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders! All right, man. You guys be safe. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace.